So he loved her and he left her. She had no right to boil his rabbit.
Dennis, come on, it's just a movie.
Hey, Fatal Attraction is more than just a movie. Fatal Attraction is a warning to all men. As of this moment on, I am swearing off women.
Good. Only 16 years after they swore off you.
You telling me that movie didn't freak you out?
Well, you know, it got me thinking a little bit. Maybe I should change my social outlook.
Hi.
Oh, gee.
Hi.
Hi.
Listen, I've been thinking. I know you've been a little nervous about going out with me, and I understand that. You know, because I have this reputation as being, well, indiscriminate and insincere. But I want you to know, I've been rethinking my life.
Eric, I've been thinking too, and I've been unfair. You've asked me out, and I've always said no because I've been afraid. But I think that underneath a macho front, you're sensitive and caring. And I realize that in here, you'd never do anything to hurt me. So I'm willing to take a chance on Saturday night.
You're asking me out?
You're right, I'm being too forward.
No. Forward's great. Saturday night. This is great.
Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, Dennis.
Don't hi me. I'm never talking to another woman again as long as I live. I'm serious. Last night, Eric and I saw the scariest movie of all time.
You saw Surf Nazis Must Die?
No, Nimrod. Fatal Attraction.
I thought it was pretty neat.
Neat. A married guy has an innocent affair with a beautiful blonde, and this blonde not only wants the guy's heart, she wants to cut it out with a butcher knife? I hardly find that neat.
Dennis, grow up. It's only a movie. Really?
Take our seats, please. You know, I saw a movie last night that was not only a movie. Matewan. You know, it was about the labor wars in the West Virginia coal mines in the 1920s. It's really rare that you see a movie that is both so moving and so historically accurate.
Here we go. How film depicts history.
Right. Well, movie makers do distort history a little to boost the box office, don't they? Think about Cleopatra. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton. I mean, was this really a little slice of life on the Nile? Since we know that Emiliano Zapata was not the illiterate peasant that the filmmakers portrayed him as being, then we have to ask ourselves, was the movie Viva Zapata truly fair to the history of the Mexican people?
Well, then I have to ask, was the movie Viva Las Vegas truly fair to Elvis?
Okay, we'll answer that tomorrow. And remember, be sure to choose a film with a historical storyline. Be prepared to discuss it in class.
Oh, Little Big Man. It's playing at a revival theater in the village. Oh, come on, you guys. It's perfect. It shows the Indians as heroes and Custer as a total jerk. You want to go?
Don't be ridiculous. It makes a mockery out of Manifest Destiny.
Jawaharlal?
Well, I can't make it, but thanks. Besides, it's the wrong kind of Indians.
Eric, do you want to see Little Big Man with me tonight?
Tonight?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure. I love that movie. Dustin Hoffman and Feathers, right? All right, what time?
8 o'clock at the Waverly. I'll meet you in front, okay?
All right, great.
Are you crazy? You see Fatal Attraction with me last night, and now you're gonna go out with Maria, Miss Looney Tunes?
I'm not going out with her. I finally got a date with Simone. You think I'm gonna mess that up?
Oh, first it's a movie for a homework assignment. Then it's a candlelit dinner for two. Next thing you know, she's kidnapping your daughter.
Dennis, get a life. I'm going to a movie with a classmate. It's not a date. I'm not gonna kiss her. Why did I kiss her?
You kissed her? What are you, crazy?
What can I tell you? I have heat-seeking lips.
I can't believe this.
Look, I have an image to maintain. They expect it.
On the cheek or on the mouth?
Mouth.
Open or closed?
Open, but it was nothing.
You've had it. Now she's gonna start smiling at you in class, and then it's gonna be, oh, Eric, why don't we do our homework together? And then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get hit with the 3 R's. Responsibility, regret, and revenge. Well, congratulations, pal. You have just committed suicide.
Hi. I had a really good time last night.
Yeah, it was some movie, huh?
Uh-huh. Oh, I rented the tapes of the other films that we talked about. Little Bighorn, Tonka, They Died with Their Boots On. I thought we could start looking at them today after school.
Today? No. I don't think that today's gonna be good for me.
Well, we could do it tomorrow if you want.
Tomorrow?
Oh,
we got that-
gotta both over
No.
two
Aaron,
of us.
Are you trying to brush me off?
No.
Good, because I know you wouldn't be that irresponsible.
What if she tells Simone?
What if? It's a sure thing. Count on it.
That could ruin everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Simone means a lot to me. Maria's just... She wouldn't.
Nah, of course not. And the crazy girlfriend in Fatal Attraction didn't show up at the husband's apartment either.
Nah.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm home.
Hi, dear.
Hi, hon. Mwah.
Look who's dropped by. An old school friend.
Hello, Eric.
Maria. Hi.
Why don't you two talk over old times? I'll go check on Erica. Lay out your pajamas.
You kissed me, Eric. Do you think you can get rid of me that easily?
Maria, it was one kiss. It was years ago.
But it's a kiss that will last a lifetime. I love you. Don't you understand?
Maria, you can't love me. I'm happily married.
Well, you should have thought about that before you burned your lips into my soul. I'm yours forever, Eric. Either you tell Simone, or I will.
Look, Maria, I'm not telling her, and neither are you.
Well, then you leave me no choice. I guess I'm gonna have to take more drastic measures.
Look, Maria. I saved Eric's leather jacket from high school.
Oh, let me touch it. Let me hold it.
Maria? Maria? Maria?
Yes?
Hi.
You just called me.
Yeah, I just want to tell you I'm not gonna be able to watch all those movies with you.
I rented those movies so we could watch them together. You can't just ignore me, Eric. You owe me.
Maybe you're right. Life is imitating the movies.
Just be glad we didn't see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Movies Make History, Part 2. I assume you all chose a film.
Right.
One at a time, please. Sarah?
The Halls of Montezuma. Richard Widmark battles the Japanese, played by the Chinese. I thought I'd compare it to Platoon.
Well, you could compare Platoon to the Green Berets. John Wayne shows us how to win the war in Vietnam without losing his toupee. Darlene?
Birth of a Nation. I'm really intrigued how a movie can be considered a classic when the good guys are the Ku Klux Klan.
That's an interesting point. Do we judge a work of art by its politics? Dennis, what do you got?
Oh, they saved Hitler's brain. Nazis on a Greek island flourish under the leadership of Hitler's still living head. I think this warrants discussion.
Alan?
Patton, of course.
Of course. Simone?
Dr. Zhivago.
The Russian Revolution. Is this a realistic portrayal or Siberian soap opera?
Well, I think it's pretty far off historically, but I couldn't resist the way they show the power of love and faith and trust. I guess I'm just kind of into that now.
Maria?
Oh, Eric and I thought that we'd work together and we'd start with Little Big Man and then compare all the films that depicted Custer.
That sounds like a very challenging project.
Somebody's gonna get scalped.
What's the matter, Eric? Lose your Billy Idol button?
And I think he shorted out his hairdryer.
Oh, the new comedy team, Laurel and Heartless.
Simone. She dumped him again.
I knew she'd never really go out with him.
Women. Beasts.
Look, man, I'm in trouble. Maria called my house 5 times last night.
See? Do I know my psychos or do I know my psychos? What'd she say?
I wasn't home. She left messages with my mother, all sounding very urgent. I mean, my mom's used to getting 2 or 3 calls a night, but 5? I mean, I admit it, you're right. She's obsessed with me. Look, man, I gotta tell her to get off my case.
No, you can't do that. We're talking about Maria here. Battery's not included.
What am I gonna do? I gotta talk to somebody. Hey, maybe Mr. Moore can help me.
Hey, wake up, leather boy. Mr. Moore does not want to get involved in your love life. The man's your teacher, not your analyst. I think you have to face the grim reality on this one, Eric. You're all alone in this.
What did you do to this woman?
I kissed her.
You two-bit yuppie Romeos are all alike. I mean, you think you can kiss any woman, any place, and you come running to me, expect me to clean up your mess. I'll tell you something. I don't have time for it, okay? I got problems of my own. You want my advice? Keep your lips to yourself. Get out of here.
But you're the police. You're supposed to help me.
Listen, Buster, sniffing leather is not a crime. Let's look at what you have. You have a beautiful, trusting wife. You have a lovely home. Is that good enough for you? No. You're gonna throw it all away just to prove you're macho, man. Now get out of here. I'm up to my hips in real homicides.
Hi.
Hi.
Eric, I tried reaching you all last night. I have to talk to you. It's important.
Sure. Well, whatever, Maria. After class, okay? Listen, that's it, man. I've had it. I gotta tell Simone before Maria blows the whistle on me.
Good luck, pal. Wish I was going out there with you.
Okay, if we could take our seats, please. And before we begin the reports, Dennis, I believe you owe me a film.
Fatal Attraction.
Now, that's an interesting choice. That is, assuming you can make something of it.
I can. The war between the sexes. Thousands of years of conflict summed up in 90 minutes of terror. Guy shows a little attention to a woman, whammo, she tries to destroy his entire life.
Oh, come on, Dennis. That's completely unfair. That woman was justified in being upset. Look, here you have a married man. He takes advantage of a lonely woman, and when things get a little uncomfortable for him, he just throws her away like old garbage. I mean, how do men think they can get away with such blatant disregard of women's feelings anyway?
Yeah.
And that gives her the right to break into their house, kidnap their kid, and boil their bunny?
Well, she got her point across, didn't she?
God, I feel sorry for any guy who ever gets involved with you.
And I thought next week for your birthday, I'd throw this big party. We'll invite 50 of our closest friends.
Honey, wait.
Is 50 not enough?
No, it's fine. There's something I have to tell you.
Is something wrong?
Yes, no, I don't know. It was a harmless little...
What?
I hope you'll understand. I kissed Maria.
No. You what? Oh, no!
I'm sorry,
On the cheek or on the mouth?
Now,
Open or closed?
open, but it meant nothing.
You and Maria must have had a fine laugh on me yesterday when she was visiting, and I left you two alone. Wait. Do you smell something?
Yes, I thought you were cooking a brisket. Oh my God! She spoiled my leather jacket.
You mean she's in the house?
Mommy, Daddy, help! Erica! She's mine. She's my child. She's not yours.
Maria, what are you doing?
If I can have your lips, at least I can have your baby.
Maria, please. Take him. He's not worth it. I don't care anymore. Just don't steal my baby.
It's too late for deals, hun. You haven't heard the last of me. This is just the beginning.
This is insane! All I did was kiss her!
Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Simone, wait!
Eric, do you mind if I finish my report before you criticize it?
Oh, sure, sorry.
Which may not have been an accurate depiction of any specific event in the Russian Revolution, but it showed the disintegration of the Russian bourgeoisie symbolized by Dr. Zhivago, who I doubt very much looked like Omar Sharif.
Good one.
Very good, Simone. Very good indeed. Eric, you had some problems with this?
No.
Are you having some problems?
I'll say so. He's certainly been acting strange lately.
I've been acting strange lately?
Yes!
Mr. Moore, I'm fine, really.
Okay. Call me strange, but I'd like to continue with the class. So, who wants to be next?
Most experts agree that the film In Cold Blood accurately depicted one of the most brutal murders in U.S. history. The blood alone was so...
I thought that you were going to be discussing a cartoon or an American Tale.
Well, I began the report, but then I thought, who really cares about immigrant mice? So I switched to In Cold Blood.
Well, why don't we just pick up there Monday morning, okay?
Bye.
Eric, can we talk?
In a minute, I want to talk to Simone first, okay?
No,
Simone,
no, it's really important.
just give me a minute, okay?
No, not okay, Eric. You have to live up to your responsibilities. Don't do something you're gonna regret.
Responsibility and regret, 2 out of 3 R's.
Look, Eric, I want to know what's going on. You've been acting crazy all week and avoiding me.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because you've been hounding me all week.
Hounding you? What, are you crazy?
All right, what about calling my house 5 times last night?
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you that Mr. Moore set a deadline for the assignment, and if you weren't gonna do it with me, I'd have to get someone else. Who wants to work with someone so paranoid?
I'm paranoid.
He's paranoid.
You're schizo.
Schizo, you're psycho!
Excuse me, I'm faculty. What is going on?
I can sum it up, Mr. Moore. You saw Fatal Attraction?
Yes?
Welcome to the high school version.
Look, I kissed Maria and she's been obsessing on me ever since.
You kissed Maria?
I was gonna tell you, but Glenn Close over here wouldn't give me a chance. It was nothing.
You're not kidding, it was nothing, Eric. I completely forgot about it.
This was after I said I'd go out with you?
It's not a big deal. She was there. She expected it. I didn't want to disappoint her.
Disappoint me? Eric, to tell you the truth, I didn't even want to kiss you. I just kissed you because you look so pathetic. I felt sorry for you.
You kissed Maria just because she was there?
You're a drowning man.
Next, you'll be telling me you were thinking of me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Eric, the very day I say I'll go out with you, you start cheating on me? You're just not ready yet.
No.
Well, Mr. Moore, here's my project. Fatal Attraction, how it divides people. I'll take an A+, thank you very much.
Not so fast. Do you care to put this in a historical context?
Historical?
Context, yeah.
Sure. You got two warring factors.
Thanks. I didn't think so. Look, one of the things that movies do, some of them well, some of them not too well, is show us who we are at a particular point in time. So, Fatal Attraction is not just a thriller. It also reflects our fears about intimacy, AIDS, male-female relationships, perhaps even also a little backlash and anger directed toward the feminist movement.
I couldn't have said this better myself.
I know.
I can't believe you guys made me out to be some crazy lunatic.
See, one thing that movies really like to do is take the most vivid aspect of a contemporary problem and then manipulate it, in this case, to frighten us. So we all have fun being frightened. Movie makers have fun selling us those tickets. Now, it's good that we pay attention to what the movie's trying to say, but I think it's really important that we not confuse the movie with real life.
I'm sorry, Maria.
It's okay.
False alarm! Well, I think the important thing is we all learned a little something about ourselves.
No. Someone's got to pay for this, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, you see, I knew it. The third R, here it is, revenge.
I think she means reimburse.
Exactly. For the tapes. They're over $16.
Take care of it, Dennis.
Why me?
Because you started this whole thing.
I'm not paying.
I think you'd better.
Because if you don't, I'll boil your bunny.
Mr. Moore, I understand you and the IHP had an interesting lesson today on the topic of movies.
Yes, it was quite successful.
Did you happen to discuss my favorite movie?
Hello, Dolly?
My Dinner with Andre.
Really? You surprised me.
You know what I liked about that movie? It had no story. No heavy plot, no female involvement, just two lonely guys discussing life over dinner.
Yeah, well, maybe we could talk about this some other time.
Well, why not now while it's fresh on our minds? Come on, I'll take you to dinner.
Well, you know, I had some bad popcorn last week.
Come on. Pay for it. Come on.
So it is difficult to imagine the shock felt by the British public when King Edward VIII announced his abdication to marry the love of his life, Wallis Simpson.
I've always thought that was the most romantic event in history. A king giving up his throne for a woman.
I wouldn't give a woman my seat on the subway.
Of course you wouldn't. Where would you sleep at night?
Actually, marrying for love is relatively trendy. Until this century, marriage was primarily an economic institution. Parents arranged marriages. Often there was a dowry.
And even in India, the bride might come with a water buffalo, a chicken, and a couple of jackasses.
You just described my sister-in-law's family.
Mr. Moore, are you trying to say that our socio-economic system evolved from the fact that our forefathers didn't believe in foreplay with our foremothers?
I'm saying that their concept of romantic love might have been a little different from ours.
You know, that's right. I asked my grandma if she loved Grandpa, and she said there wasn't a word in her language for love. But there were 9 words for headache.
Thank you, Arvid.
I'd rather die than not have love in my life. As far as I'm concerned, it's the only reason to marry.
Not in India, Simone. Before I came here, a marriage was arranged for me.
Well, it does solve one problem. You might meet somebody nice, with no fuss, no muss, and, well, let's face it, no rejection.
And at least you don't have to go through the hassle of trying to meet new people. Interesting people, right? People we can relate to. Who has time? Who knows where and who knows which people to meet?
Well, but now I'm stuck, Sam.
Look, I know that you're not the world's most social group, but you're not living in a vacuum. There are other people out there, and I'm sure that some of them would like to meet people like you.
Well, tell me about it. One of them came to my door a few weeks ago. She needed a nerd for a scavenger hunt.
Mr. Moore, we have agendas. We can't afford to spend our time trying to meet new people. Although I did get lucky once with Martha Cabot.
You call that lucky?
Now, speaking of Martha Cabot, what about all the people that you meet at your academic competitions? I mean, the science fairs, debates you're in.
Well, we just compete. And then we get on the bus, or they get on the bus, and it's over.
Right. By the time our palms stop sweating, they're gone.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe their palms are sweating too? I mean, this is a marriage made in heaven. Put your sweaty little palms together. Make contact. Look, you have minds. Use them. You have a computer. Use it.
Hang on. You suggesting a computerized dating service for us?
I love it. Data doofus.
Not a dating service. Merely a means of getting acquainted with other students like yourselves from different high schools. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. Of course, I don't have to be sympathetic to your problem if you're not doing anything to solve.
Well, he's trying to do something. Yo, guys. I see it. This is doable.
Well, come on, find something.
Could we do it on your own time, please?
So you're the new teachers union rep, huh? Let me tell you the way we do things around here, Mr. Moore. The teachers complain to their chapter leader. Too much this, not enough that. Espresso?
No, thank you.
Cappuccino? No. Cafe au lait?
No, merci.
Anyway, the chapter leader comes and tells me, too much this, not enough that. I say, you're absolutely right. I'll look into it.
Great. Now, what we need now is a new coffee maker for the teacher's lounge.
I'll look into it.
No. I'm just asking you to okay a requisition for a new coffee maker.
What's wrong with the old one?
There is no old one. It's dead.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you. So how long does that take?
Usually takes 6 to 8 weeks.
To get a new coffee maker?
No, before they start processing the request.
What about this one? I mean, you got it in a week.
Unfortunately, this was procured with an administrative request, as opposed to yours, which was a faculty request.
How long does a faculty request take?
Don't hold your breath.
Well, that's outrageous.
You're absolutely right. I'll look into it.
Okay, Arvid, we got your likes and dislikes down. Now, in 10 words or less, who are you?
Well, I'm lonely, but outgoing. Shy, yet assertive. Needy, and giving. Unusual looking.
Good.
Though some say I'm handsome.
Arvid, this isn't gonna fly. Let's go with classy Manhattan intellectual.
Yeah.
Eclectic interests. Discreet, maybe sensual. A little witty. And,
desperate.
Yeah. Girls! Free computer time. Who wants to be the first one to line up for my computer?
No thanks, not interested, Dennis. Whatever life holds in store for me is not on your floppy disk.
Suit yourself, Darlene.
Forget it, Dennis. I don't believe in advertising for love.
I do. Here.
Sarah?
May as well cover all bases.
Okay. Oh, Jawaharlal, I realize you're on the Indian layaway plan. But are you interested?
Why not? Besides, how can you cheat on a 5-year-old?
Simone.
No, thanks, Dennis. I'm really not good at blind dates.
Come on, Simone. This program is the cutting edge of male-female compatibility. I can guarantee you I'll find you a soulmate.
Hey, if you don't mind, she's already met her soulmate. It's just a question of when it sinks in, right?
Okay, Dennis, what do you need to know?
You need to start with your favorite things. That would be raindrops on roses or whiskers on kittens.
I don't believe this. You won't go out on a date with me, but you're gonna go out with some guy from Bronx Science who eats bananas with his mouth open?
All I'm doing is answering a few questions. What's the big deal?
Okay, that's enough of the all-new dating game. Back to the good old game of dates. I like to call it history.
Okay, Dennis, you've had enough time. Give me a name.
Come on, Arvid. You can't rush this kind of thing. Romances aren't made overnight.
Dennis, a guy from Brooklyn Tech called me. He sounds nice. I may even try going out with him. Thanks.
Well, how come she found someone so quickly?
I'm more selective with you, Arvid. I mean, come on. There's not that many girls out there who like Mr. Rogers.
Dennis, I apologize. I was certain this computer thing was just another one of your fiascos. But Muffy Van Pendleton wants to meet me.
Him too. How come everybody's getting fixed up except for me?
Hey, come on, Arvid. I got you a date, remember? Right here. 5'9", blonde, math freak, astronomy buff, chess player, but no, wasn't good enough for you.
It was a guy!
It doesn't mean he was a bad person.
Oh.
Arvid. Oh, Simone. I have found you the perfect match. Look at this. Loves Yates, Mahler, Genet, huh? Not only that, you also both love mung beans and hate biker movies. Could it be more perfect?
Dennis, I changed my mind. I don't think I want to go through with this. I just can't get used to the idea of going out with a stranger.
Simone, deep down, we're all strangers, n'est-ce pas?
I'd like to keep it that way.
Simone, I'm gonna have to ask you to reconsider that.
No, Dennis, that's my final decision.
Well, let me put it this way.
Excuse me, but judging by your description, you must be Dennis Blunden.
That's right.
The name's Oswald Bletch. I'm here to meet Simone Foster.
You what?
Is this timing perfect? This lovely creature right here happens to be Simone.
Simone, hubba.
Well, now that you two have met, I suggest you get better acquainted. I have to go now.
Dennis!
I have to go. Hi, Eric.
I'm sure you two will be very happy together.
Hey, listen, my mom is waiting in the car, so I'll just run down the vital stats for you. 4.0 average at Bronx Science, astronomy club, debate, poetry club, starter on the ping pong team. 2 years Arthur Murray, ballroom and disco. Princeton, Yale, and Harvard all want me. How about you?
It was nice meeting you. I hope we meet again someday.
So, how's tonight?
I don't think so.
Hey, Simone, look at this. 2 tickets to the Kabuki Theater.
I don't know.
Simone, these people came all the way from Japan.
I'm having dinner with my family.
Great! I'd love to meet them. I'll sell the Kabuki tickets. Family is important. They should get to know me.
They're very shy. You'd be uncomfortable.
Not to worry, they'll love me.
It's a bad time. We're having family problems.
Lean on me.
We're Dutch. We don't lean.
Okay, Saturday night.
I can't. I'm having surgery.
On Saturday night?
Well, early, but not that early.
Simone, look at me. You're not comfortable with lying, are you?
No.
No. So why lie? You're not doing anything Saturday night, and you're not doing anything tonight.
No, not really.
Great, I'll pick you up at 7. Simone, one of my greatest qualities is that I'm tenacious. Did you see the movie Alien?
Yes.
Remember the creature that stuck to the guy's face and wouldn't get off? Like this?
Yes?
That's me. Right there. All the time. In your face.
I thought I knew you from somewhere.
So I'll see you tonight.
Oswald! Oh.
Morning. Hi, guys. Hey, made contact with Muffy last night. She sounds like a real snob. I think we're gonna hit it off.
So, how's things with Oswald Belch?
That's Fletch, and don't ask.
Oh, you didn't actually go out with the Poindexter, did you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Simone, you went out with him?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, what do you mean you didn't mean to? How do you accidentally go out on a date?
I can't describe him. He showed up at my house with these kabuki tickets, and he wouldn't leave. I tried to get rid of him. My parents liked him, and next thing you know, we were at the kabuki. He spent half the night under his chair looking for nasal spray. Afterwards, he dragged me to a coffee shop for a veggie burger, and the next thing you knew, we were at the all-night Lena Wertmüller Film Festival.
Yeah, and that's when you realized that the two of you were perfectly matched, am I right?
Wrong. I hated every minute of it. I couldn't wait to get rid of him.
So, how'd you do it?
I didn't. I agreed to go out with him again tonight. What? It's the only way he'd leave.
I don't believe this. All this time you've been turning me down, now 2 nights in a row you're gonna go out with the lead singer of the Chipmunks?
Eric, I can say no to you. I like you.
Is that supposed to make some kind of sense?
You're strong. You're confident. You can take rejection. But this Oswald, he's a manipulative, devious, annoying creep. He's so pathetic, I feel sorry for him. I guess I just want to let him down easy.
Simone, this is sick. Guys like him you don't let down, you push off.
Look, there are some people who are a little more sensitive about other people's feelings than you are.
Yeah, that's right. You know.
Well, what about her feelings?
Oh, what about my feelings, huh? Excuse me. I guess I should have anticipated this. Just naive, I guess. My suggestion to have you meet other IHP kids via computer seems to have degenerated into Blundin's dating service. And it's not working. Am I right so far? Oh, no, Mr. Moore, it's working out great. Simone won't go out on a date with me, but she's gonna date some guy she hates.
I am not dating him.
You're going out with him tonight?
No, I'm not.
You just said you were.
I know, but I've got it all planned. I'm gonna hide at Maria's tonight.
You are?
Okay?
Fine. That's not gonna work.
Sure it'll work. That is a very, very bright idea, Simone.
Excuse me again. Simone, what's the matter with telling this guy that you're not interested?
Simone, you're going about this the coward's way.
I know what I'm doing. As long as I avoid Oswald, I'll be okay.
Hello, you goddess of love. Hi, girls.
Oswald, what are you doing here?
I just couldn't wait till this evening to see you. Besides, this way we can make the African insect exhibit before it closes at 5.
We've got a lot of homework.
Homework, Oswald.
Homework? Homework's no problem. I'll help you do it over root beer and cheese doodles.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? Their kids could have his voice and his looks.
Dr. Sam.
If this is about the teacher's lounge, believe me, I have a lot more important things on my mind at the moment.
I'm sure you do, sir, and I know your faculty does too. So we can just drop those as conversational topics. Let's talk about a simple yet symbolic gesture that only you could make. Just slicing right through that bureaucratic red tape to get us that coffee maker for the teacher's lounge. Your way of saying to your faculty members, hey, I care.
Hey, I don't care.
Mr. Moore, if a girl told you she loved you on Thursday, but that she fell out of love with you on Friday, would you believe her?
Is this about you and Oswald?
Yeah, I can't stand him, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to give someone an honest no for an answer. Believe me, I have received my fair share of fake phone numbers in my time.
I've given him every signal girls give guys to let him know I'm not interested, but he just doesn't get it.
Well, I understand that. I mean, one thing I've learned from my gifted students is they don't always get the message.
I get it. No more Miss Nice Guy. I've got to be brutally frank and just tell him I don't want to see him anymore, and I'm going to do it tonight.
Good.
At dinner.
Good.
After the ballet.
Okay, Alan. I'll agree with you. Aaron Burr had a right to be annoyed with Alexander Hamilton. Not enough to waste him in a duel.
Excuse me.
Don't you have a school of your own to go to?
Well, I'm working on a transfer here to Fillmore, and I'm here to drop off my grades. Oh, no! Yeah. It'll be great being in class with you guys. And let me tell you something, you could use the competition.
We could use some bug spray.
And I brought a little something for my heartmate. It's a picture of me for your locker.
Oswald, there's something I need to tell you.
Simone, don't you and Oswald want to step out in the hall?
Oh.
No! Oswald, it's over.
What's over?
I fell in love with you.
Of course you did.
But then I fell out of love with you. I want you to know I'll never forget you. Goodbye.
You won't forget me. I'll be sitting right next to you in class.
Oh. I haven't been fair to you. See, the truth is, and I don't want this to sound harsh, but I don't like you. I never liked you. I seem to have a problem saying no. It's the only reason I went out with you. When I told you I loved you once, it was a lie just to get rid of you. Now, I want this to be perfectly clear. It's not because of another guy or anything else. I just don't like you.
Maybe we should seek counseling.
Oswald, didn't you hear what I said? It's over.
You realize, of course, this could affect my decision to attend school here.
Oswald, it's a tough break, but I sense you're a real fighter deep down. I know you'll probably find someone else.
I'll get over it.
Sure.
I have superior recuperative powers.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I'll tell you something else. This computer dating is a crock anyway. Dennis, I want my $10 back.
Look, Ozzy, I got you the date. I don't guarantee results.
I want it back.
In your dreams.
Did you see the movie Alien? Remember the creature that stuck to the guy's face and wouldn't get off? Like this? That's me. Right there. All the time. Simone, I'm out of your face. And I'm into his.
Wow. What a nerd.
Dennis, you sold me to him for $10?
Personally, Simone, I thought you were worth a lot more. But the market's a little soft right now.
Dennis, that is not the point, and you know it. Now, my suggestion was simply an attempt to expand everybody's social horizons, not to establish a profit-making enterprise. And I'm sorry that it turned out this way.
No, wait a second, Mr. Moore. Wasn't all bad.
Yeah, some of us met some pretty nice people.
Mm-hmm. And just think, Muffy Van Pendleton paid money to meet me. I'm thrilled.
Sorry, Alan. Muffy stopped payment on her check.
I tell you, this machine makes a great cup of coffee every time.
No, thanks. Time to talk about the teachers' union. I have here a list of items we'll be discussing at our next meeting. I thought I'd give you the chance to preview the agenda. Class sizes. Teacher schedules. New coffee maker. Unnecessary faculty meetings. New coffee maker. Administrator rating system. What? Oh, we're going to start rating the administrators, including you.
You gotta be kidding.
No. Where was it? Docking of paychecks. New coffee maker. Lunch hour duty.
All right. You win. Take it.
Thank you very much. Incidentally, if you could order about a dozen more of these little cups.
Put the luggage on the red bus. Spasiba, spasiba. Thank you very much. Okay, listen up. Here's your schedule. We check in at the hotel, study, dinner, study, and lights out. Tomorrow it's study, lunch, study, and then a reception where we meet the enemy. The day after that, we study, right up until the academic meet. All right, let's move it out, gang. Move it. As we drive through Moscow, I'll be pointing out places of interest from my guidebook.
You got the architecture here. Great looking out.
On your right is a typical Russian building with a typical statue in front.
That's the poet, Mayakovsky.
That must be the Kremlin.
Not so fast. Let me check the guidebook. Yes. On your right, the Kremlin.
Dr. Samuels, can we stop and walk around?
You get a better view from the bus, trust me.
It's beautiful here.
Here we have the famous Bolshoi Theater.
Dr. Samuels, can we...
Forget it. They're probably out of town anyway.
Hey, Dr. Samuels, room service is complimentary, right?
Wrong, London.
It's the entrance to the Space Museum. Dr. Samuels, we gotta stop.
It looks closed. Our hotel, built by Stalin.
Scary times, politically and architecturally.
Okay, everybody, stick together. Let's have a light lunch and start cramming.
Excuse me, Dr. Samuels, but when are we actually going to get to see Moscow?
We just saw it, comrade. Let's go, team.
Come on, let's go.
Heat cannot flow from a cold body to a hot body without.
Are you guys still studying?
We've got today, tonight, tomorrow, and then the morning of the meet.
It won't be easy, but it's what we do best, right, guys?
Yeah, right.
Is that all you want out of this experience?
I gotta visit the Space Museum.
If I don't see my relatives, my mother's gonna kill me.
There's so many things that I want to do. I just don't know.
Where is Dr. Samuels?
He went back to his room to get more books.
Hi, come with me.
Dr. Samuels?
Dr. Samuels? Dr. Samuels, we need to talk. Listen, are you... Dr. Samuels, we only have 3 days in Moscow, and you've got these kids locked up in the hotel studying. What are you doing?
Shh. This place is bugged.
Bugged?
We're from a high school, not the Pentagon.
Microphone in here somewhere.
Really?
I just haven't found it yet.
I think you can relax, sir.
When are you two gonna grow up? These Russians will do anything to win.
Dr. Samuels, you are being a bit paranoid.
Oh, yeah? Look at this. Ha! Who's paranoid now, huh?
Dr. Samuels, you have to give them one free day.
You know, for a while there, I was beginning to listen to you. But now, after finding this microphone, look at these wires. They play hardball. We play hardball. You heard nothing, you saw nothing. Capiche?
Free day tomorrow?
Free day tomorrow.
It was the right thing to do.
Get out of here.
This is the most extraordinary building in Red Square, if not the world. I want to get a little closer. Come on.
Well, this is it. St. Basil's Cathedral. It was built for Ivan the Terrible. And historians tell us that when it was finished,
He liked it so much that just to make sure there would never be another one, he had the architects blinded.
I think they're all working for Donald Trump now. Anyway, after this, I'm going to check out the Kremlin, and then maybe Cathedral Square, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Anybody want to come along?
Mr. Moore, Sarah and I want to get started on our video.
Right.
You did say a free day.
That's right, and that's what it is. You're free to do whatever you want. I do want to remind you of 2 words.
Gostinnica Yugorina?
Those are the 2 words. That's the name of our hotel. Be there by 6 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Enjoy yourself. Thanks. Have fun.
So, I guess it's just you and me.
What do you want to do?
Let's go see how the other half lives.
The other half?
Come on.
Wow! I can't believe I'm standing in the middle of the actual Kremlin.
What good is it doing us, Arvid, huh? I mean, look around here. Would you just look around? Do you realize we could be making a fortune selling blue jeans and selling tapes of Ringo singing Octopus's Garden? God, a man without a mission.
You're a man who owes me $250. Whoa! Look at this prehistoric missile launcher.
Whoopee.
This cannon was the largest in history, built by the son of Ivan the Terrible, as a deterrent to his enemies. It was never fired. Wow. This is the H-bomb of the 1500s. Take me with it, okay?
Tourists. We've been reduced to being tourists. Smile. Hold it right there.
What?
Babeskis.
Babeskis.
Arvid, babeskis. Russian women, right over there. Would you look?
Hey, maybe they can tell us how to get to the Space Museum.
Arvid, could you think? Would you try to do that for me? Those are Russian women over there, okay? They've never seen a nerd before. Virgin territory.
Ah.
Excuse me. We are Amerikansky. Me, Dennis, him, Arvid.
How do you do? My name is Natasha. This is Sonia.
Oh, you guys speak English. That's great.
A little.
Do you know what a nerd is?
No? No.
It's American slang for cool guy.
Oh, cool guy.
Hello. I'm an American student. I'd really like Mr. Gorbachev to autograph my book. Could you direct me to his office? Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'll ask somebody else.
This is nice, you know? You and me together.
Yeah, kind of romantic. Being so far away from home.
Well, what do you want to do first?
Well, I don't care in what order, but I want to go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and then see where Tolstoy lived and put some flowers on Chekhov's grave.
Does anything interest you that also breathes?
I also want to go to where Gogol was buried. He wrote one of my favorite novels.
Dead
Souls, right.
So could we maybe do something a little more exciting than watch grass grow on people's graves?
Eric, they were great artists.
I know. I love to read what they wrote, not what's on their tombstones.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Normal stuff.
You know, Eric, it wouldn't do you any harm to absorb a little culture.
Oh, so you think I'm a slob?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, Simone, I'm gonna call my relatives and pay them a visit. We're probably, like, gonna sit around and watch the A-Team in Russia.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, Eric. Why don't you go do that?
Okay, I will.
Okay, fine.
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 The changing of the guards at Lenin's tomb. Every hour on the hour. Every day of the year. Impressive. Yet to the Soviets who spend hours online here, an incredibly moving experience.
Cut. Not bad.
Can you believe this? A propaganda poster store.
Alan, please, don't go in there. I know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get aggravated, and you're gonna get into a fight.
I'm not even proud of it. It's incredible.
Alan. Alan!
This is completely unfair. Everything is written in Russian.
Alan, you're gonna get us arrested. I just know it.
How can we tell what myths they're spreading about us? Excuse me, what does that one say?
All power to the Soviets.
Tell me about it.
Okay, I will tell you. Who am I telling?
I'm Alan Pincard. Young Americans for Freedom. I believe in free enterprise in the Republican Party, which someday I hope will nominate me to run for president.
Oh, my opposite number. I'm Petr Rybakov. I'm a Komsomol secretary in my school. And someday I hope to be a chairman of the Supreme Soviet. Whatever you believe in, I don't.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your rudimentary knowledge of English.
And I would like to sympathize with you on your complete ignorance of Russian.
I guess they're talking about us. Do you think it's good?
Shh, shh, shh. Did you hear that?
What?
I distinctly heard Natasha say KGB.
They're gonna call the KGB? What did we do? We didn't do anything. We didn't touch them.
Not yet.
Yet?
You know, Arvid, sometimes I think you're a little bit slow. Those are Russian women.
I know that, Dennis.
Well, obviously they know we're American science prodigies. They would love to own us. Your space, I'm weapons research. Those girls are on a mission. They were probably sent here to pick us up.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? These are perfectly nice Russian girls who also happen to be very attractive.
Oh, yeah? And when was the last time two attractive girls like that tried to pick up on us?
Maybe they think we're sharp dressers.
They want information, Arvid. Would you grow up? Their mission is to have sex with us and then blackmail us for information.
Sex? Oh, God, how do we get out of it?
Get out of it?
Isn't this incredible, Mr. Moore? A real Russian high school.
It was a great idea, Janice. I've always been curious what they're like.
Well, there's no graffiti. That's a good start.
Yeah. Use a spray can, go to Siberia. I hope we're not intruding too much. I mean, coming off the street like this.
Oh, not at all. Our 10th form English class will be very glad to meet you.
10th form.
Yes.
Great.
Please.
All right. Yes.
Тамара Андреевна, разрешите вам представить наших гостей из Америки. Мистер Чарли Мор.
Тамара Белова.
Он учитель. И Дженнис Лазаротто, одна из его студенток.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Belova. Hello. Hello. We're from Fillmore High School in Manhattan, New York City. Am I going too fast? No. Well, we wanted to visit your high school and we wanted to say hello.
Oh, if you can stay a few minutes, I'm sure my student would much rather practice their English by asking you about America than listen to me talk about transitive verbs, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Laura?
Eric? Yes! Yes!
Wow. I mean, it's a good thing you wore that Twisted Sister pin, or else I would have never noticed you.
Really?
No, not really. I never expected this.
What?
You're beautiful. This is definitely not the Russia I saw in National Geographic.
You're beautiful too. Are you looking forward to meeting the rest of the family?
No, I'm not in any rush.
Good. Because today everyone is working. Tomorrow would be better.
No. Tomorrow I can't. Tomorrow I have the meet.
But they are making a big party for you. Everyone will be there.
Well, maybe I can get away for just a little while.
They will be so happy.
Good. So what are we gonna do now?
If you like, I can show you a little bit of Moscow.
That's great. Are you sure that we're related?
Do the American people like to laugh at themselves?
What Russian national food is most popular in America?
Who will you vote for, Bush or Dukakis?
What Soviet films have you seen in America?
I want to ask you what Michael Jackson is doing now.
What problems of the young people do you have?
Would you like to see Gorbachev as the President of the United States?
In your opinion, which women are the most beautiful, American or Russian?
Well, when in Rome, I think in this case, Moscow, Russian women, definitely.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, believe me.
Dennis, I'm worried. We have to get back for the reception.
We can be late.
No, we can't.
Listen, think of this as an ideological struggle. They want our minds, and if they gotta crawl over our bodies to get there, so be it.
What if you're wrong? What if they're just trying to be nice?
Oh, Arvid, please, this is no time to get soft on communism. Who do you think they're talking to over there on the phone? Their mother? They made contact and now they're checking in.
We have had a fun time with you. Is it possible to see you again tomorrow?
Oh, see, tomorrow's our academic...
We'd love to. Sounds great. Tomorrow, we're all yours.
Perfect. Is there anything special you'd like to see?
Well, I'd like to see the Space Museum.
Fine. We'll show you the Space Museum.
What about refuseniks?
What's about blacks?
Aha! Jesse Jackson was almost nominated for president.
Almost. sounds good. Means nothing.
You know what you ought to try? Try having free elections.
Oh, my God. Thanks for the good advice. Can you say that we don't need you to tell us how to run our country? Oh, I'm late.
Wait a minute, you're not walking out on me now.
Alan, we're late too. They're gonna be waiting for us.
Perhaps we will talk again.
When?
In 30 years. If you actually convince your people to elect you. Goodbye.
Remember, this is a reception just to say hello to the other side. Be courteous, but beware, they'll try to intimidate you. Especially since they've spent the day preparing for tomorrow's meet instead of traipsing all over town like a bunch of tourists.
Welcome, Americans. I am Anatoly Kirov, school administrator for the Moscow Central District. This is our team's coach, Vasily Namin. May I present Mr. Samuels?
Dr. Samuels.
Dr. Samuels.
Charmed.
Mr. Moore. Hi. Miss Mira.
How do you do? Ah,
Excuse me. I'm smitten.
oh, спасибо.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Moscow academic team.
You're on a team. It's going to be a piece of cake.
Eat borscht, Ivan.
Darlene, it's a whole new team.
Excuse me, this is not the team we played against in New York. These are all different kids.
Yes, you are right.
But where are the kids we played against in New York?
Unfortunately, none of them were good enough to make this team.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Chord me.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Today, we begin our discussion of those fabulous 50s.
Fabulous? I heard it was the most boring decade in history.
Well, that's why we're going to talk about it, Dennis. Was it boring if you were involved in the beginning of the struggle for civil rights? If you were part of the Korean peace talks? Was it boring if you lost your job because of Senator McCarthy's witch hunt?
Was it boring when Pat Boone sang Tutti Frutti?
Yes. I'll give you that.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore?
Yes, do come in.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to congratulate you on completing your training program and to give you your certificates. You are now officially peer counselors. Now remember, a peer counselor is not a psychologist. You talk with the other kids about the things that are bothering them, and either you try to help them work things out, or you refer them to someone who can. Now, of course, if somebody is in physical jeopardy or could cause harm to another or really has a serious problem, I want you please to come to either Mr. Moore or to me. Otherwise, anything that you hear is strictly confidential.
May I add a small note?
Oh, please.
I think it's a great idea. But I just want to say I don't think you should go out there expecting to save everyone. I mean, it's not that easy. There are serious problems, and simply because you've had a couple of weekends of training doesn't mean you're equipped to handle those kinds of problems.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for this. Oh, I think I'm having an anxiety attack.
Arvid, take some deep breaths. Remember, Arvid, that we all have the same fears and apprehensions. Arvid, these people are our own age. They're not judging us. They just want somebody to listen to them.
I think you're right, Sarah. Hey, thanks a lot. I feel a little better.
Sarah, you're good. Well, I guess I have the gift.
Okay, I've got looks, I've got a body, but there's got to be more, you know?
Really? Yeah, more.
Sometimes I just refuse to go out. I spend the whole weekend lying around in my nightie, reading and eating popsicles. Can you imagine?
I feel so inadequate.
I know.
I think it's because of my parents.
I know.
They're so critical.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's your parents.
Hi, TJ. My name is...
Who gives a flying fat burger? What's your name? Miss Bernadette Do-Gooder sent me here to take a rap for a bad attitude. I did the crime, so I'm doing my time. For rich girls like you who play the I'm white game, give me a major pain and my black is beautiful butt.
Hey, lighten up. I don't play that game.
Oh, yeah, Miss Wannabe? That's why you're sitting here trying to get an A on your assignment to out Mother Teresa.
Look, TJ, I think we got off on the wrong foot here.
You did. I didn't. I know what we're here for. I'm what is called extra credit. I'm a rung on your ladder to graduation, college, and house in the burbs. So get real, Camille. You kids get special classes, special books, special trips. You walk around this school like Samuel's pet poodles.
Okay, we get some privileges, but I'm not gonna feel guilty about that because I work hard. I've had some rough times too, okay? So what? You take the lemons and you throw them at people. Me, I take the lemons and I try to make lemonade.
Nice. I saw it on Peanuts.
TJ. I'm sorry. Look, why don't we call it a tie and start over, okay?
You ain't getting it, Gidget. I ain't no one's special project, free ride, or lost dog. I'm me, see? That's what TJ's about. Session over and out.
I'm here if you need me.
I know you'll like this collection. It's new literature, the 50s.
Excuse me. See you at 4, Eric.
Yeah, see you. All the poets, you know, Ginsberg, Ferlinghetti, Corso.
4:20.
And I'll be there. Playwrights like John Osborne and Leroy Jones. Plus...
Hi, Eric. 4:40, don't forget.
I won't, Jerry Southern. What's happening, Eric?
Oh, it's peer counseling, Mr. Moore. Yeah, I never realized there are so many needy girls out there.
Eric, are you sure you still want to go out with me Saturday night? Maybe you'll be too busy helping the needy.
Simone, I'm like a doctor. I'm doing very important work here.
Someone should phone the Nobel Prize Committee.
I feel foolish taking up your time with my complaining.
Oh, complain. Complain.
It's just that I'm so lonely, you know?
Yeah. No.
You? I go out with football players, basketball players, guys of every athletic inclination, but I still feel so alone. No one understands me. But
You, Arvid. Funny, isn't it?
Hilarious.
My mom says I'm a slob. She says my room looks like a garbage dump. I tried to convince her it was performance art, but she wouldn't go for it.
Well, Jeff, you are a slob. But you've come to the right person. I myself will sometimes go 4 to 5 weeks between room overhauls.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Well, it's easy. You got to be able to sense out the situation. You got to be able to find that moment when your parents are just about ready to kick you out of the house.
And then you clean up?
No. Then you buy your mother a gift. Now, it doesn't matter what the gift is, just as long as you be sure to include a note that says, "I love you, Mom." You do that, and I guarantee you an extra 2 weeks of underwear hanging on your lamp.
Dude, you're my hero.
Well, we got a lot of time left. Hungry?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Hi, TJ. Glad to see you. Welcome, TJ. I'm here to help.
Hey, TJ, what it is?
Same song, second verse. Miss Mira's got this thing about my attitude. Wants me to turn into Miss Peppy Pants like you.
You know, TJ, I bet we got a lot more in common than you think.
Like what? Besides, we're both breathing.
Well, I like movies.
Too long. I watch TV.
I love a nice, juicy hamburger.
Hot dogs better.
A summer day.
Too hot. Spring.
Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan.
Alice Walker.
Langston Hughes.
Janet Jackson.
LaToya.
Wait a minute, I heard something. Huh? I heard you say Langston Hughes. He's a poet. You read poetry.
So what? Just because I'm in the bonehead class doesn't mean I don't read or write.
You write poetry, too?
I didn't say that.
You didn't deny it. Come on, TJ, read me something of yours.
You don't read it, baby. You rap it.
So rap it.
You really want to hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. Girl in the street, no cold and no heat. A crazy outlook, a torn up book, but she can't compete. Girl on fire with her desire. See stars there and bars there, she'll go much higher. That's enough.
TJ, what are you stopping for?
What are you pretending you're interested for?
I am interested. You have something to say.
No one cares what I have to say.
How do you know that?
Because of where they put me. In the sit down and shut up class.
Remedial?
It's cool. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them.
Are you sure you like it that way? Well, do you?
I gotta go.
Sarah, I can't show you TJ's file. That would be a definite invasion of privacy, which would be a violation of District Code number 427.
I just have a feeling that there's more to TJ than an encyclopedia of insults.
Well, of course there is. I mean, she was an honor student all the way through the 6th grade. She made straight A's, and then all of a sudden, her grades just started dropping. And now it looks like all she's passing is homeroom and phys ed.
What happened?
Sarah, that's confidential. I cannot tell you.
Wait a minute. That's it? A former honor student has practically dropped out of school and nobody cares?
We care, Sarah. But sometimes a student gets lost in the system because not enough time or teachers or resources. That's why what your class is doing is so important. I mean, maybe, just maybe, you can really help this girl. Yes.
Mr. Moore, I need your help. Or TJ does. You see, she's stuck in a class where she doesn't belong. In a life where she doesn't belong. I found out that she used to get straight A's. Then, suddenly she's in remedial. I want her to know that there's a way to get back. You know, I think that she should be around people who like to read and learn and discuss things. You know, people who have ideals, people who have dreams.
Mm-hmm. Like the IHP.
That's it. She needs to sit in on our class. That'll help her. That'll really inspire her. That'll turn her whole life around. Mr. Moore, if anybody can do it, you can. What a great idea.
You what?
I
invited TJ to sit in on our class. Well, I think she's a really smart and sensitive girl who's just gotten some bad breaks. And I think she could get a lot out of seeing what a really good class is like.
Wait a minute, Mr. Moore, do you condone this?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Okay, but you all have to promise to be nice to her.
We'll be very understanding, Sarah. I'm sure we all know what it's like to feel out of place. We'll make her feel welcome, loved, and nurtured.
Don't make her feel nauseous. Just be nice to her. Here she comes. Hey, I'm TJ.
Hi, TJ.
What is this? An AA meeting?
Well, hi, TJ. Welcome to class. I'm glad you could come. Why don't you find a seat?
Sit over here. TJ, is it true that the rats in the projects are as big as dogs?
Janice. Yeah, we call our Spot.
Spot.
Well, it's very nice you can visit, TJ. Sarah has said so many nice things about you.
That's a nice coat you're wearing, TJ.
Stop it with the nice crap. I must be the first nasty person who's ever sat in here.
Hey, what am I, John Denver?
You ain't that hip.
TJ, you've got a wonderful mean streak that I find awfully attractive.
Like I care what a boob with bangs thinks.
Should take a seat, Dennis. No, I wouldn't push it. Well, it's probably time for me to start teaching. Eisenhower. You know, many people said that he was slightly more somnolent than Calvin Coolidge.
You know, Mr. Moore, there's this really delightful anecdote I heard somewhere when Dorothy Parker heard, she was a famous writer. When Dorothy Parker heard that Coolidge had died, she said, "Oh, really? How can they tell?"
What's so funny?
Well, Coolidge was so quiet, so boring.
I get the joke, but I don't think it's funny. It's stupid.
Where do you get the right to call Dorothy Parker stupid?
I ain't calling Dorothy Parker stupid. I'm calling you stupid.
Mr. Moore, could we please get through 2 minutes of this class without her butting in?
Yeah.
Excuse me. When did butting in become this radical concept for this class? I mean, as long as we are slowed down for a moment, perhaps we could reflect on the words patronizing and rude.
So you want me to shut up, right?
No, I'm talking about them, too.
Yeah? Yeah, they're real smart here in the smart class. But let me tell you something. When somebody comes into the dummy class, we don't put them down for not being dumb enough. I gotta go.
Okay, back to Eisenhower. And tomorrow, we'll take a whimsical look at Lyndon Johnson, the playful and very public president who preferred to hold his press conferences in the bathroom. Okay? Don't forget those essays. We'll see you tomorrow. See you.
Bye, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore? I'm sorry. I mean about TJ. I'm sorry I pushed her off on you.
I think having her in class made for a couple of interesting moments. I mean, TJ is very smart. She's fearless, and she's honest. I mean, these are all things that it takes to make a great scholar. I'm not sure she wants to be one, but...
Yeah, well, doesn't matter now. It's like you said, some people you just can't help.
No, I never said that. I said, don't expect to save everyone. See, saving's kind of one way, but helping people's a two-way street. And making some real progress with her.
Mr. Moore, how can you say that after she ripped the class to shreds?
She came to class, didn't she?
Well, yeah.
Well, I think it'd be a shame to turn around and walk away now.
Mr. Moore, the way she acts, it just makes me furious.
Well, I'm sure some of the things you and the others do make her pretty angry, too.
Well, like what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure she'd be glad to tell you. Look, it seems to me maybe you've reached somebody here that nobody has paid attention to for maybe years. So I think you should keep doing it.
Oh, TJ, I've been looking for you. Yeah? Well, thanks for nothing, man. That action in your class today was a total disaster. You really know how to make a person feel like sludge.
Wait a minute. TJ, I thought it would be nice for you. You know, you were welcome to stay for the whole class.
Well, isn't that a dream come true? Sit in a nice clean desk with no dirty words carved in it. Everyone dressed like it was Easter Sunday. And a teacher who treats you better than your own mama. And an hour later, I get sent back to the real world. And that's the last I see at Disneyland.
But that's not the way I meant it to be. You know, you could be in a better class. You could be in IHP.
Yeah, and Dr. Samuels could be Mr. Universe.
Now, you may have the personality of a pit bull, but one thing you are is intelligent. And I thought I could help you do something with that. Well, I'm sorry if I went about it all wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I made you feel like a mush-brained dweeb in front of your whole class.
Wait a minute. All right. Apology accepted. Friends?
I mean, what do you think she meant, Mr. Moore?
I think she wants you to ask her out.
Oh, I was afraid of that. I can't. I mean, we have a client-therapist relationship here that can't be violated by the intrusion of my obvious animal magnetism. And then, of course, there's the moral issue, the psychological implications, and furthermore, oh, God, Mr. Moore, I have to have that girl. Please tell me it's okay.
Don't ask me to do that. Now, you yourself just said it would be unfair to ask her out based on information you got in a session.
She started it. All right, Miss Moore.
Morning. Hi. Kate, as soon as you're ready, we're going to dive headlong into 1963 when Lyndon Johnson... Excuse me. Hello? 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 I have a history class over here.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Moore. Peer counseling.
Uh-oh. Call security.
I thought I'd give you a second chance. So what you doing? Copying garbage off the board or garbage out of a book?
Actually, we're discussing the Johnson administration.
Oh, garbage out of Washington.
You know, actually, it was during the Johnson administration that a book was first published, The Fire Next Time. This book examined racism in a completely new way. And the author of the book, who had a great deal in common with another social commentator at the time, Tom Wolfe.
Bull.
I'm sorry?
I said bull. You want me to go to Dr. Samuel's office or straight home?
No, I want you to tell me why you think it's bull.
I just got kicked out of a class for saying bull.
You can say bull in here, but you have to be able to back it up.
Okay. It's like this. See, the dude you're talking about is James Baldwin, man. Except he ain't nothing like Tom Wolfe. Baldwin grew up poor in Harlem with 9 brothers and sisters and a stepdaddy who couldn't stand his guts. He made it on his own, worked loading boxcars. His mama was a maid, didn't have time to tell him to do his homework and don't be late for school, and someday you can be a writer. I just know you can. Shoot, there's food on the table and everybody's sitting around it in one piece. You're doing all right. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
I do, TJ. I was pushing you, wasn't I?
You were giving me a Park Avenue answer to a 129th Street problem.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. You're all right. And for a teacher, you're all right, too. This is the first time I ever got to say more than 3 words in class.
Well, that's a damn shame. You got some good ideas.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to dig this class. In here, you sit next to a computer. In my class, I sit next to a guy with a tattoo that says "Born to Drool." These are my kind of people. Even the slob and the snob. Sign me up.
Well, it's a good idea, TJ, but it's not that easy. You got a lot to do before you can get into this class. You got to bring your grade level up.
Who says I can even do it?
I do.
Yeah? That's pretty fresh.
Well, you know, I bet there's some other people who'd be willing to help you.
We do, TJ. Why? Do you get some kind of extra credit for it?
No. Although it's not a bad idea.
Look, you do your part. They'll do theirs. I'll talk to Miss Mira and Dr. Samuels about your situation, okay?
You got a deal. Well, better get going.
What's your hurry? You can stick around till class is over, if it's okay with everybody else.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And, TJ, I just gotta ask you this. Who does your hair?
Okay, back to Linda Nelson.
Mr. Moore, I just want you to know that my counseling session went great today and everything worked out.
I'm glad to hear it, Arvid. I guess you let her down easily, huh?
Yeah. You know, but I do think I had some influence on her. Yeah, I'm warm, Mom. I'm wearing my sweater. The nice orange one.
Arvid, great news. We're rich.
Not this time, Dennis.
Arvid.
Goodbye, Mom.
It's a science essay competition. We can split a $1,000 scholarship. Come on, I need your help.
No.
No?
No.
Arvid, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is I'm still bleeding from the last science competition I helped you with. I did all the work and you took all the credit.
Don't you think I've lost a lot of sleep over that? That's why I want your help. This is my chance to make it up to you. Come on, Arvid. I want to do my essay on that Jean-Pierre Roche-Baboub guy.
Babois.
Right. The French physicist. You know, his work on subatomic structure?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do?
All of his work is in French. You took French, right, while I was sleeping through Spanish?
Yeah, well, Dennis, the only French I remember is soup du jour. If you want a French expert, you want Maria.
Maria.
Yeah, well, you probably won't be able to tear her away from Chuck.
Chuck?
Later, baby.
Later, stud muffin.
I'm talking about you.
You.
New boyfriend?
Shut up.
Shut up. What did I say?
It's what you're about to say, Dennis. And I'm not interested in your opinion about Chuck.
Maria, I'm really hurt. I just wanted to tell you how happy I am to see how happy you are. And to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Morning.
Morning.
Sweater.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it, Dennis. Mr. Moore, is it okay if I'm a little bit late on my paper on Nelson Mandela?
Well, you're already a little bit late.
I know, but I have a chance to do a science project with Dennis. I mean, how often do male science freaks actually beg girls to help them out? I think it's some kind of breakthrough.
Well, just be sure it's not some kind of ripoff. Okay, since we finished our discussion yesterday about World War I, the war to end all wars, today we're going to start talking about World War II, the war to end that theory. But how do we really measure the cost of World War II?
22 million casualties. And the cost and property damage of more than $3 trillion.
And destruction throughout Africa, Europe, and Asia.
Yes, but I'm talking about the devastation of families, the division of nations. You know, it's not just winners and losers. humanity suffers. I'm finished now, Alan. Yes?
Okay, Mr. Moore, we all know war is hell. But why always emphasize the negative side?
Great. Why don't you give us a few pointers on the upbeat side of war, Alan?
Well, sure. I mean, World War II did give us a number of scientific and technological advances.
Yeah, and a lot of miniseries. So what's your point?
No, what kind of scientific advances come out of war? Nuclear bombs? Swiss Army knives? Helen, we are facing the annihilation of 3 billion people. Studies show that within...
Hey, Mr. Moore. Oh, I got some office stuff here for... class isn't over yet, is it?
No, not quite, Chuck. If you want to spend the last few minutes with us, take a seat.
Cool.
So, Maria. Maria, you were talking about 3 billion people?
That's a lot of people, Mr. Moore.
Hey, don't forget that a war increases the demand for arms and munitions, which reduces unemployment. Maria?
That sounds good too, Alan.
So you agree with me?
Sure, why not? I mean, what do I know about war and icky things like that? Icky. Icky.
Maria, nuclear war is not icky. Sitting on a pudding pop is icky.
Yeah, he's right, Maria. One time I sat on a pudding pop when I was wearing my white jeans. Lucky for me, it was vanilla.
Nous pas Dirac, comme un trou dans une mer de tas d'énergie négative. You know, in French, even physics is beautiful.
So are snails. Just give me the English.
He's saying that the positron was the first antiparticle to be discovered. Dennis, do you realize what we can do with this?
Yeah, make a note of it. Keep going.
Its existence was foreseen by Dirac as a whole in a sea of states of negative energy. And
what?
you know, when Larry hit Curly in the face with another salami, I almost died laughing.
Did somebody hit your brain with the salami?
Chuck, hi.
Hey, baby.
Oh, Mr. Wizard.
Still yucking it up over last night, huh?
Oh, it was so special.
Excuse me. Are we talking protons and neutrons or morons?
What are you guys doing here anyway? Just like extra credit work or something?
It's a science.
Oh, no. We were just talking, getting ready to go home.
Well, you know, that's good. Because I gotta tell you, Maria, I think this egghead class here is taking up too much of your time.
Oh, no, it isn't really.
Egghead class?
Well, no offense, pal. But Maria can tell you, I am a laid-back kind of guy. Yeah, now don't get me wrong, school is cool, it passes the time. But when you really think about it, Dennis, life is short. And can we be honest? We are on this planet to party.
I don't think Nietzsche could have said it better.
Who's that?
Just some kid in our biology class.
Oh, look, about our date. Pick me up at swim practice.
Oh, Chucky, I can't tonight.
What?
I have things to do.
Well, what things?
Well, you know, like girly things. I have to iron my hair and paint my nails, and I have to lay out the things for this weekend, you know.
Well, get them done, because this weekend is mine.
I know.
Later, baby. And I'm talking about you.
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 You. You.
Why are you acting dumb for that airhead?
He's a lot smarter than you think he is.
He's not smarter than egg salad. The only reason you're going out with that guy is because he's good looking.
Oh, come on, Dennis. Like you never went out with a girl because she was cute?
No. I've asked, but no, I've never actually.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I come as a bearer of glad tidings.
Wow, my favorite kind.
Once again, our IHPers have proven to be winners. The New York City Science Commission has chosen as this year's entry to the National Essay Contest, Reconsidering Roche-Beaubois by Dennis Blunden.
All right!
Maria?
A member of the commission will be here in a few days to present the award at our assembly. Hey, wear a tie.
Around my neck?
Maria, tell him.
Carry on, Mr. Moore.
Well, Dennis, it appears you've done it again.
Dennis, you're a jerk.
Dennis, you left Maria's name off the paper, didn't you?
Hey, I did all the work. All she did was translate a little French.
Oh, right. A little French? I did all the French, Dennis. And I did a lot of the physics.
I knew you were going to do this when I recommended that she
Come
help
on,
you.
why is everybody coming down on me? Nobody's even asked me my humanitarian motives.
Okay, you're a great humanitarian. Why did you do this?
I did it for her. Well, she's been going out of her way to try to make that dumb guy think she doesn't have a brain, and I knew that if her name appeared on a science essay, the guy'd go nuts. I did it to save your love life. And I do the same for any of you girls here.
Maria, you're not going to sit here and let him do this to you, are you? Come on, Maria, tell him.
Yeah. Look, Maria, I don't quite know what you're doing here, but I want both you and Dennis to go to Dr. Samuels. Tell him you co-authored the essay and you both want your names on it. Go.
Boy, you try to do the right thing and look at what happens. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy.
Dennis, wait a minute. I don't want my name on that essay.
What?
If it means that much to him, let him have it. It might be the highlight of his life. I guess some of us have our priorities.
No apologies necessary.
So let me ask you another question. Let's say that you were an intelligent woman. You're an intelligent woman, just for argument's sake. Would you purposefully hide your intelligence in order to be with a man who was obviously not as smart as you were?
Charlie, how sweet. Are you asking me on a date?
What?
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't hide my intelligence. That'd be outrageous. I mean, this is the 1980s. If a man can't accept a woman for who she is, who needs him?
Right. I wish you could help me explain this to Maria Borges. I'm just not getting through to her.
Listen, Chuck. I was just wondering, what if, oh, I don't know, I sort of entered a science competition? And what if I won?
What are you telling me? You entered some kind of science thing?
No, I'm just saying, what if?
Yeah, look, Maria, I don't know, but I'm getting a little worried here that you got more interest for your schoolwork than you do in the old Chuck dog here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, well, you say that, but now you're talking about winning some kind of science thing?
I just thought it might be okay. But look, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's good, because I'll tell you what, I'm taking a lot of heat from my buddies for dating a brain. Hey. Look, but I tell them, Maria isn't like those other eggheads. She's into normal stuff like the Stooges, and she can't get enough of them Rangers. Am I right? Huh? Oh, which reminds me about this weekend. Friday night, Rangers game. Saturday, raging party. And Sunday, football all day. You got a problem with that, lady?
No, that sounds great.
Excuse us, kids.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Maria, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Later, baby. You.
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 Miss Mira and I wanted to talk with you for a minute.
Okay.
He's your new boyfriend? Chuck?
Yeah.
He's really cute.
I know, it's adorable, huh?
It's really adorable.
I know.
Miss Mira,
Yeah?
didn't you have something you wanted to say to Maria?
Yes, I did. Maria, don't neglect your studies. But on the other hand, don't neglect Chuck either.
Oh, I know.
Charlie, you didn't tell me she was going with Chuck. I mean, all the girls in the whole school think he's the prize catch. Even if I told Maria to dump him, she wouldn't. He's precious.
Well,
Mr. Moore, I know what you're gonna say.
good, because I don't.
You have to understand, this is more important to me. Chuck is the only real boyfriend I've ever had. With all the cheerleaders running around school, he picks me.
Well, I can understand that.
I know
but-
what you're gonna say. He's not a rocket scientist. He probably can't even spell scientist. But who cares? He cares about me. He likes me. He makes me feel good, and I don't want to do anything to change that. You probably already knew I was gonna say that.
Not exactly.
I know what
but-
you're gonna say. You're gonna say talk to Chuck, right? I already tried talking to Chuck. He already made it clear that he doesn't want a girlfriend that's smarter than he is. So look, I appreciate all your advice. But really, my mind is made up.
Look, as long as you're in a listening mode, I'd like to say something else. I think you're letting Dennis walk all over you. Now, if you're willing to sell out, in this case, just to get somebody to like you, what are you going to give up the next time? I know that it's hard to find somebody you care for who cares for you. But you'll never know how someone truly feels about you if you're pretending to be someone else.
And for those students who saw that graffiti on the third-floor bathroom wall, if you call me, you will definitely not have a good time. And speaking of writing, I now wish to introduce one of the judges from this year's Intercity Science Essay Competition, Dr. Jacob Bartholomew.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels. Babe, can you believe they're making us sit through this presentation?
This year's winner is an outstanding piece of work on the research of the French physicist Jean-Pierre Roche-Beaubois. Made all the more difficult because, first, our student had to translate all of Roche-Beaubois' writings from the original French before starting his analysis. And this brilliant student is your own Dennis Blunden. Mes félicitations, mon jeune ami.
At a moment like this, I'm truly at a loss for words. Saying a mere thank you can't come close to expressing the deep sense of pride and, yeah, I gotta say it, satisfaction I feel for being honored and recognized for all my hard work. I only hope that my translation of Beaubois did justice to his elegant French. But you know, when I think of the lonely hours, finding the insight, finding that special French word.
Yeah, like creep.
I think of other scientists, alone, late at night, staring at the blank page.
Alone?
What's going on here?
She's obviously flipping out. Nurse! Nurse!
Dr. Samuels, Dr. Bartholomew, I have a confession to make.
No, you don't. Sit down, Maria. You're acting like a nut.
I know it might be a little bit late, but I co-wrote that essay with Dennis.
What? Can't you see she's hysterical?
I did all of the translations and most of the analysis.
Blunden, is this true?
Okay, maybe she helped me with a little of the French.
A little bit? Ask him to translate something. How about this, Dennis? Vous êtes un cochon voleur.
Who am I, Toulouse-Lautrec? I am a scientist.
Come on, Dennis, you know it's the truth.
You're a liar, Blunden. What does science That's mean to Dennis. Okay, I admit it. We're partners, all right? Are you happy?
Congratulations, Maria.
Thank you.
All right.
I hope you're not mad at me. I was just so afraid to tell you.
No, come on, Maria. I'm real proud.
Really?
Yeah.
You are?
I mean, how can I be mad at someone who stood up for herself? Now sit down.
Thanks. I mean, I was praying that you'd understand.
Yeah, well, it's different now, you know?
What is?
Well, it's like I keep coming up with all these really great things for us to do on our dates, right? And you've been pretending like you're having fun, but deep down, you think they're dumb. So you must think I'm dumb.
No, I don't. So we're interested in different things. Chuck, I still really like being with you.
Man, I have never gone out with someone like you before. Look, I didn't want to admit to this, but now that everything's out in the open, I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can deal with all this.
You know, I have an idea. I'll go with you to a Three Stooges film, and you can come with me to the UN. It'll be great.
Look, Maria, you can't pretend to be any dumber than you are. And let's face it, I'm not getting any smarter. You know, so I think we should, you know, we can still be friends though, right? Hmm?
Right.
Well, see ya.
Congratulations, Maria. How did it go with Chuck?
He says he wants to be friends.
Huh?
You ever notice when someone says that to you, Mr. Moore? They never speak to you again.
Well, I think you spoke up for yourself very nicely today.
You were right. If Chuck was gonna care about me, he had to know who I was. I guess he would have found out sooner or later, right? But I'm never gonna date again.
Look, Maria, you're very pretty and you're very smart. Now, somebody's bound to show up who appreciates that.
But not a stud muffin like Chuck. Mr. Moore, why is it that the cute ones always seem so dumb?
Well, imagine how George Bush felt when he was looking for a running mate. Listen, would you be willing to let a crumbling remnant of a slightly stale stud muffin buy you some lunch in the cafeteria?
That would be nice. Thank you.